All right, I guess we fixed the problem. Di, are we doing okay? Am I sounding all right?
You sound great. Great. And
Where's our guest, Ben Thompson?
Ben is still here with us. And
FightHype.com on YouTube. Ben,
thank
how
you.
are you?
Hold on, before you go any further.
I'm doing good.
Okay. I just wanted to say I apologize. I had been calling it Fight Height. It's Fight Hype, as you said, poor man. All right.
Actually, it's FightHype.com. That's the YouTube channel, right, Ben?
That's the website. FightHype.com is the website, and then the YouTube channel is just, you go to YouTube, and then you can just search for Fight Hype.
So it's just Fight Hype by itself on YouTube?
Yes, correct.
Okay, because I did FightHype.com on YouTube, and it took me there. That's weird. Wonder why that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you could probably do a search for FightHype.com on YouTube and find, our channel and find some of our videos. But the username is actually Fight Hype, just Fight Hype.
Oh, excellent. Well, I was really excited to do this. We had a problem with Skype. And by the way, thanks to Mike Lundgren. Give Mike a round of applause, everybody. Yeah! Woo! The son of the owner figured out what was wrong with Skype and got us back on here. So, first of all, I apologize to you, Ben, that this all happened. But Di's a great radio personality, and I'll tell you something. I'm lucky to be working with her because I pale in comparison.
Oh, you're so full of crap. And I know nothing about fights, of course.
Right, of course.
Of course.
And the one subject I know we've had conspiracy theorists on, Ben, for about 10 days, and I think it's pretty interesting. I'm learning a lot, but fighting I'm really into, and I was, looking at some of your videos on YouTube, and you've interviewed Floyd Mayweather quite a few times, huh?
Oh yeah. I talk to Floyd all the time. That's that's pretty regular for us. I mean, I don't think he really does interviews with any other website or media outlet out there other than us. So that's pretty standard.
Why does he do it with you? How did you start your friendship with Floyd?
Well, I've known him for a long time. I mean, I've been covering the sport for 15 years. Before he became Money Mayweather. Obviously he was Pretty Boy Floyd, but before he started getting the big fights, he was like a lot of these fighters out there. Everybody wants their shot. Everybody wants to fight the top dog out there. At the time when he was coming up, the top dog was Oscar De La Hoya. He was the big pay-per-view guy. Floyd was just like a lot of these guys that call him out right now. He was trying to get a shot at Oscar De La Hoya. And, back then, boxing, it's such a niche sport that, the regular media outlets don't really cover it like that. So back then when I first got to know him, I had a website at the time, and, there were only a handful of websites that covered the sport. There were maybe about 3 or 4 websites, and my site was, one of the bigger ones. So at that time, what we would do is we would have a lot of the fighters come on our site. And the difference between our site and everyone else, and every other site, is a standard mainstream media website. They have the journalists, they have the reporters. They ask, the typical questions that reporters ask. But we're a little bit different. I didn't go to school for journalism. I didn't go to school for reporting. I went to school for computer programming, so I know how to make websites. So, I put together a little boxing website, and I know how to ask questions, and I know how to type up answers. So basically what I would do is, or what we would do is, we would interview fighters. We'd ask them the questions they want, and they would give the answers that they wanted to give, and we would type them up and put them out there exactly like they said it. So if they cussed, it didn't matter. That's exactly what you were going to read. So, going back to Floyd, that's kind of how we sparked up our relationship was, when he wanted to come and call out guys like Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley, there was no filter. He'd call us up and say whatever he'd want to say, and we would put it out exactly like he would say it. If people would respond, we would get their response. And I mean, literally, we would have guys going back and forth on our website. And, just through that process, we were able to build up a relationship with Floyd Mayweather, and it just so happened that, he did what he had to do inside the ring, and became the highest paid athlete in the sport, and just throughout that entire process over the years, he just continued to, talk to me and give me interviews, and fortunately, like I said, he became the highest paid athlete in the sport. So, boxing's like that. If you jump, if you got a good relationship with the right guy and he becomes hot, then, you're fortunate.
Yeah, and you've got now 78,000 subscribers, I think, on your YouTube channel. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's our count on our YouTube channel. Actually, I mean, that's I can't remember how many we have on Twitter or Facebook, but that really, honestly, that kind of pales in comparison to the amount of traffic that we do on our website. Our website's really our bread and butter. YouTube, the YouTube channel is really just to supplement what we do on the website. We needed
how many
videos.
Right. How many people visit the website a month? The FightHype.com website.
Oh, in a month's time, God, it's probably it's probably close to 3 million. It's probably close to 3 million in a month. So yeah.
Wow. I just got a text from somebody who said boxing is dead, long live MMA. I don't think this guy doesn't realize you cover MMA also. You cover all the fight games, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we cover MMA as well. However, I disagree that boxing is dead. If boxing was dead,
I disagree.
That Floyd Mayweather could be the highest paid athlete in all sports.
Right. I disagree with that too. I'm on your side. I mean, to me, yes, there's maybe fewer marquee names, but you're right. I mean, I love boxing. I really do. And you're right. Floyd Mayweather, the guys, the athletes in, the fighters in boxing get paid far more than the fighters in MMA. And I love MMA too. It's not a knock on MMA. I love both. Can you, hold on just a sec. We got Ben Thompson from FightHype.com. He's with us. We got to take a break, Ben, but just hold on. I'll come right back with you, and hopefully my Skype won't crash, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll be right back. I'm choking on my cigar. We are back here on Drive Time with the Poorman. Had a few technical issues at the beginning. Di handled it great. And we are spending an extra segment here with Ben Thompson. He is the man, the myth, the legend behind, and a YouTube star, as well as having a humongous website. The site is FightHype.com, and the YouTube channel is Fight Hype. Ben, you said today on Twitter that you had a few nuggets for us. So I want to make sure you get those out as things that maybe you can break here on my radio show, because we are the official radio show of YouTube. In fact, we just started our YouTube channel, and your interview is going to go up here like within the next day. And our YouTube channel is called The YouTube Radio Show. And anyway, tell us your nuggets that you have.
Well, I'm not going to break anything, earth-shattering or anything like that. I don't want to, step on anyone's toes, and we got a couple things that we got to release on the website and whatnot. But no. I mean, I was just going to talk about, whatever you wanted to talk about. Obviously, we got a big fight coming up next weekend. Adrian Broner is returning to the ring. One thing that people don't know or might be shocked to find out, though, is that I don't know how much you follow boxing, Poorman, but Adrian Broner is supposed to be linked with Floyd Mayweather. He called him his big brother. Floyd Mayweather used to call him his little brother. They had this kind of I don't know what you want to call it, but some kind of relationship where Floyd would kind of mentor him or whatnot. But they actually just announced today that, or maybe it came out yesterday, that Adrian Broner is going to be fighting for a WBA junior welterweight title. Here's the kicker, though. Floyd Mayweather actually disapproves of the fact that Adrian Broner is fighting for that world title. He actually thinks that, because Adrian Broner is coming off of a loss in his last fight, and the guy that he's fighting is coming off of a loss. I think he has a fight in like 13 or 14 months or something like that. So you got two guys coming off losses.
Who's he fighting?
For a world title. And
who's he fighting?
Floyd Mayweather actually disapproves of that. At least that's what he told me.
Who's he fighting, Adrian Broner?
He's fighting a guy by the name of Khabib Alakverdiev. Very, very difficult name to say, but I actually think I said it the right way. Now, the guy he's fighting is not, he's not fighting a bum or anything like that. The guy he's fighting actually has some decent boxing skills, and I believe he only has one loss, and that was his last fight. He just hasn't fought in like 14, maybe 15, even 16 months. It's been a while since he last fought, and the fact that both of them are coming off of losses but are fighting for a world title, I guess that kind of irked Floyd a little bit, which, to boxing fans are probably going to be real shocked to hear that, because they know that, Floyd and Adrian have this big brother, little brother relationship. So, it would seem kind of odd that Floyd is kind of basically crapping on Adrian Broner's fight. But, it is what it is.
Do you think Floyd is going to fight again? I mean, he said that's his last fight. He's undefeated. He tied Rocky Marciano for, the only two guys who are undefeated in boxing history, 49-0. Do you think he really is retiring?
Well, I can say he is tired of fighting. Like that's definitely that's a fact. I mean, that's something that he's told me for his past 3 or 4 fights. He is burnt out. He is tired of fighting. He is ready to go, live his life and enjoy his family, his kids, and whatnot. Now, that being said, it's hard to walk away from money. Very, very hard. I don't care who you are. If you still have the ability to do something and do it well and know that nobody can do it better than you, it's hard to say no. So, is he going to refuse an offer that, he just can't refuse? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the offer would have to be real good. But, for all intents and purposes, he is tired of fighting. Now, if someone makes that right offer, then he could come back.
Okay, we were talking to Ben Thompson. He is the alternative boxing reporter, announcer, commentator with FightHype.com. That's why I like YouTube so much, because everybody's alternative, and that's certainly where I am. I'm not, even though I'm mainstream, I'm as far as you can get from that. But I hear that Floyd Mayweather has giant posses, and he pays all these people that kind of travel with him all the time, and he spends a ton of money. Is that true?
I mean, it depends on your definition of giant posse. I mean, I don't think it's out of the ordinary of any other fighter that I've seen. And I definitely wouldn't say that he spent like crazy. I mean, he does spend. I mean, he'll tip well, and he takes care of people. He takes care of his friends and stuff like that. But it's really nothing out of it. It's nothing that I haven't seen with any other fighter out there.
I just got a text.
Like finer things.
I just got a text from somebody who said Floyd is 50-0 because he beat his wife.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Why would they say that? That's terrible.
I get hate. People hate on me all the time. What do you think of this hype about him being a wife beater and stuff? It always seems to come out right before his fights too. You've known him through the years. Do you think he gets a bum rap? He's never been. He has been arrested for it. But do you feel it's unfair?
I wouldn't say it's unfair, because everyone has everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So they can believe, what they want to believe. Now, having said that, I do know that, first and foremost, domestic violence is not acceptable across the board, whether you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. However, I do know there are situations in relationships where, a woman can push a certain button, or a man can push a certain button, and then, an altercation can take place, and, whether it's punching or whether it's grabbing and holding and restraining, marks can get left. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it in my own life. I'm sure other people have seen it before. So I can't speak on the level or what exactly happened. I don't know. I wasn't there. The only people that know are the people that were there and the people that were involved. But, I mean, like I said, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so they can draw whatever conclusions they want.
Hey, we got less than a minute left, Ben, so if you want to promote something or anything, please do so right now.
Nothing specific, nothing in particular. Just, definitely check out the site. Like I said earlier, you never know what we're going to have up there. I think we'll probably have some more Adrian Broner workout footage up there. Probably have a few words from Floyd Mayweather up there here in the next day or so. Like I said, it's just, you just never know what we're going to have. I mean, we may have some UFC fighters on the site, some Bellator fighters. I mean, if you like combat sports, you definitely want to check out FightHype.com.
All right. Hey, Ben, thanks so much for being on the show. We got to get you back on. I apologize for the technical difficulties. You're an awesome guy. I really appreciate you coming on Drive Time with the Poor Man.
No problem, man. I appreciate you having me.